Oh, hello, you wrongin'. Russell Brand, there's been some developments today. I'm going to bring you the three most important and then a couple of observations that you may be interested in. So why am I about to read this out? Because I need to be accurate in what I'm quoting due to the process of law. No one's been arrested. No one's been charged. So for the moment, we can talk freely-ish about the subject. At the point where someone is arrested for possible interview, then I'm afraid everyone, including the media, is going to have to be very careful about what they say. If someone is charged around this subject, then that's it. All betting's off. No further reportage. So that's why I'm bringing you a couple of very important points that's happened today. The Met Police have referred to a 2003 allegation, which is a different year from those that have been reported so far. The new Met Police statement appears to refer to a fresh allegation, not previously reported. The allegations reported by Channel 4, The Times and The Sunday Times against Russell Brand were based on accounts from several women relating to incidents that were said to have taken place between 2006 and 2013. This new allegation, the police statement, refers to an alleged sexual assault in 2003, 20 years ago. The Met statement does not identify the accused person, but says the report was made directly to them following the Sunday Times report and Channel 4 documentary about Russell Brand. A Met spokesperson said, "We are aware of reporting by the Sunday Times and Channel 4's dispatches about alleged and allegations of sexual offences. On Sunday, 17th of September, the Met received a report of a sexual assault which was alleged to have taken place in Soho, central London, 2003. Officers are in contact with the woman and will be providing her with support. We first spoke to the Sunday Times on Saturday, the 16th of September, and have since made further approaches to the Sunday Times and Channel 4 to ensure that anyone who believes they have been the victim of a sexual offence is aware of how to report this to the police." The Met further goes on to say, "We continue to encourage anyone who believes they may have been a victim of a sexual offence, no matter how long ago it was, to contact us." The further development is that Russell Brand's upcoming live shows have been postponed, not cancelled. Well, they may have been cancelled since I've gone to air with this, but they were saying it was postponed as police look into a claim of sexual assault from 2003. A statement from the promoters of Brand's bipolarisation tour said, "We are postponing these few remaining addiction charity fundraiser shows. We don't like doing it, but we know you'll understand." Now, those shows were at Windsor Theatre Royal, September 19th, Plymouth the Pavilions, September 22nd, and Wolverhampton the Civic at the Halls, September 28th. So he may have gone ahead with those shows because there's no more after a week or so, but they've postponed them. And I looked at something that you may be interested in around the comedian's net worth, because a lot of people are suggesting that Katy Perry would be the key. Katy Perry may hold either clues or answers to Russell Brand's character and or behavioural patterns. And I looked at his net worth according to what's online, and his net worth could have been significantly higher if he had accepted the payout that he could have possibly been offered from his divorce with Katy Perry. He married Katy in a lavish ceremony in India in 2010, and it lasted barely 15 months. I think it was October 23rd. Katy's birthday is October 25th. And they were divorced, or they went their separate ways, July 2012. Short-lived, and they didn't sign a prenup. They didn't sign an agreement before they got married. Now, Katy's net worth is significantly higher than Russell's, but he didn't take a single penny from her during the divorce settlements. Now, during their marriage, Katy earned, they estimate, around about £35 million. So he could have been entitled to a significant sum, but the simple answer is that he chose not to. According to reports in the Daily Mail, Russell didn't want his ex-wife's money and wanted the split to be a quiet one and an amicable split. His friends reportedly said he just wanted to move on. Why is that then? What happened in their marriage? Now, the optics could be that if you were a cynical old tart, you could say, well, he might have wanted to move on because it wasn't great in the marriage. Something happened or some things happened. Which way could have been Russell to Katie, Katie to Russell, but from his friends, and they're quoted as saying he just wanted a quiet and amicable divorce and he wanted to move on. And she earned $35 million during their marriage. Interestingly, Russell Brand's former manager, a guy called John Noel, said he was very surprised by allegations of sexual abuse, adding that he never had any complaints about Russell, him, other than turning up late. Now let me fill you in. Managers are Rottweilers. Managers look after their client because their client is a cash cow. Their client makes them money. Normally 20 to 25%. Some fools might have signed contracts giving the manager all kinds of rights and responsibilities for 30% plus and add-ons. But industry average is normally 20, 25%, so long as they bring you lots of work and lots of cash. That's the deal. So, Rottweiler management. Former manager, John Noel. Now, John Noel, I would presume, because he was around at the time, would have been privy to why Russell went into drug rehabilitation and drink rehabilitation and or the sexual addiction rehabilitation. So they would know. But it turns out on the live that I did on Sunday, I said literary agent Angahard Wood has distanced themselves from Russell. Actually, that was technically correct, but technically also not correct. Because Tavistock Wood, Angahard Wood was one of the founders of Tavistock Wood. It's both a literary and talent agency that represents and advises artists of, and I quote, outstanding talent and international reputation. In 2018, the Curtis Brown Group made a strategic investment in Tavistock Wood, bringing them into a partnership with a wider media group. So it just became bigger. And Tavistock Wood, from their website, says it preserves its boutique character and client focus and has gained access to the combined strength, resources, infrastructure and leverage of the entire group. Here's where it gets interesting. Russell Brand's no longer listed on the website. Tavistock Wood, the literary and talent agency, said they cut all professional ties. This was Saturday evening, Sunday morning. All professional ties with Russell Brand. These are Rottweilers. Managers are Rottweilers. They fight for their clients. So if they believe Russell to be innocent, why would they jettison him and cut all professional ties? And I said to you in the live, more was going to come out. They are quite a weighty talent agency because they look after Dominic West, who's quite hot at the moment, Trudy Styler, wife of Sting, and Dustin Hoffman. So they've got heavyweight clients. They've jettisoned him. Is it a case of, well, he might sully their reputation? Other clients have said, we've heard the rumours, get rid of him. But managers are Rottweilers. They don't give up a money source easily. So I wonder what it was that Tavistock Wood decided was too far, too much, and needed to move on. It's come out today. You know the car the 16-year-old said was sent to her school to pick her up to take her to Russell Brand? Turns out it was a BBC car. Will that come out in the BBC's investigation? Like I said to you before, the investigation into Jimmy Savile's activities and Stuart Hall's activities at the BBC amounted to Tony Blackburn kissed a 16-year-old once in the 60s. So an MP has come out today, in fact Downing Street has said that they look forward to the BBC's output from their investigations and hopes that it will be transparent. Not if what's happened previously is anything to go by. Not in the month of Sundays. And Brand's behaviour was an open secret in the industry. Is this comedy's Me Too moment? Now, I said at the weekend, hang on, why isn't hashtag Me Too being mentioned in all of this? Hashtag the Me Too movement was basically very famous and wealthy men abusing and raping women. Harvey Weinstein's in jail for that. So's Bill Cosby. That's how the Me Too movement came around. But is this comedy's Me Too movement? The female stand-ups in comedy set up a WhatsApp group to warn each other about at least 5 more sexual predators in comedy. I'll say that to you again. Female comedians, female stand-ups set up a WhatsApp group to warn other females about 5 more predators. 5 more sexual predators. And you think that this was an overnight story? It was going to be today's chip paper? This is a huge story. Whichever way you look at it, whichever way you slice it, this is a huge story. And I believe there's even more to come out. But as I said to you, with caution, if someone is charged, well, arrested. I normally say if someone's arrested, that's it, I won't cover it. Because you can get into sub judice and you can be dragged in front of a judge and you can be sentenced to jail. Sub judice. But the moment that someone is charged, if they have enough evidence to charge someone, and it has to go via the police and then present it to the Crown Prosecution Service, the Crown Prosecution Service will decide whether, and I'm saying this loosely, will decide whether it is in the public interest and whether a successful prosecution will ensue. The CPS will decide that. But the police have to do their investigating. They have to look at the evidence and then they have to decide. So this is not over by a long stretch. This could run at least all week. At least. But let's see what evolves and what transpires. My name's Adrian Allen. Thank you for your likes. Don't forget them and your subscription so that you know when another video is coming. But most of all, your indulgence. KBO. And don't forget the Battenberg.